Hey guys, it's Filmer and I got another Pokemon Go spoofing tip for you. And this one is about shadow banning and the Red Scare. Now, there is a lot to talk about this and everyone's freaking out. And I actually had to take the time to write this all down, type it all up on my phone, and then transfer it to my laptop just so I can read you word for word what I'm going to say. There is so much to talk about this, but the first thing I'm going to do is just read off what I wrote because I can't remember off the top of my head all the stuff that I had to figure out and research over the last day, the last 24 hours up to 48 hours about this topic. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is just read off, and then I'm going to talk about it a little bit more. Alright, so the first thing is we're going to talk about what the Red Scare is. Now, the Red Scare, it happens randomly when you have the new security update, and it's happened before, exactly 1 year ago, the same time around in March. It is a warning issued by Niantic to stop the use of all third-party apps that are linked to Pokemon Go, Android and iOS users. Many speculations have been linked to this warning popping up. The new security update has the warning popping up everywhere, not only with spoofers but with legit players as well. This new security update has led to the big crash of numerous maps, trackers, IV checkers, and some Discord channels have completely been destroyed because of this new update. Legitimate players who have never spoofed have gotten this warning from multiple devices simultaneously being used at the same time, which actually goes against the TOS for Niantic, the terms. Other people tracking software and other hack software can enable this warning. Also, someone said something about changing Wi-Fi in other locations could bring up the warning. But from my own personal knowledge of this warning, I got it a year ago. For 1 week I didn't play because I was actually on a cruise and I had no internet, and I was not shadow banned. But after a week, I just continued to play like nothing happened, and I think I still had the warning, but I'm not 100% sure. I know I wasn't shadow banned, but eventually the warning went away. I was pretty cautious when I had it. I didn't teleport anywhere, I just stayed in my area. I might have even played legit. I can't remember because it was a year ago, and I didn't find it a big threat at the time, and not too many people did. Some people did, but a lot of Android users got it. Only a few iOS users had it. But this time, almost everybody's got it, except some legit players. Some legit players don't have any awareness of it. My two aunts that play legit have never even had the warning ever. They had no idea what is going on. They actually are 100% oblivious to what's going on right now in the community. But apparently, I've read that the warning can last up to 2 days to 28 days total. I really don't know. Like, I can't even give you a definite answer. I can't even give you a real answer. Technically, nobody really knows what's going on right now. Entire community really has no idea what's going on. So I'm never going to give you a straight answer. I'm just going to give you a bunch of opinions and speculations that are actually happening right now. The next thing I want to talk about is what a shadow ban is. And this is the main thing that is being triggered by the warning sign. The Red Scare, whatever you want to call it. There's multiple names for this stupid thing. If you get the Red Scare message, then you're automatically going to be shadow banned. People say that shadow ban was triggered just by completing a quest or catching Pokemon from the field research that automatically has no location when it pops up. I've also heard that playing too much or using a Go Plus or a Gacha can trigger it, but this has only been reported by people using iOS's. Not too many people from Android have reported this. Right when you start a quest, Professor Willow says these in quotes, "First things first, let's calibrate my instruments to your area." When you finish a task, he also says, "Great, thanks," and then your trainer name. "Now I should be able to detect anything out of the ordinary." Now it sounds like it's part of the game, which it is, but then some other people are saying, "Oh look, this sounds really sketchy." Like, it sounds like Niantic wants to look into our devices to know what's going on with their software that we're breaching the terms of their services. So when you are shadow banned, the one thing is that it's kind of weird because a shadow ban, it looks like you can play normally, which you can, but you can't play and capture uncommon or rare Pokemon. There's only There's only a few commons that you can actually get while being shadow banned. And I'm just going to read off the list from Gen 1, Gen 2, and Gen 3. For Gen 1 is Pidgeys, Rattatas, Ekans, Sandshrew, Nidoran, Zubat, Oddish, Paris, Meowth, Psyduck, Poliwag, Bellsprout, Tentacool, Geodude, Magnemite, Krabby, Goldeen, Staryu, Magikarp, and Ditto. So one of the special research challenges is to capture Ditto. You can still do all the special tasks, to get Mew, but I would hold off to that because I'm going to get to that later. For Gen 2, there's Sentret, Ladybug, Spinarak, Natu, Meryl, Hip Hop, Sunkert, Wooper, Murkrow, Snubbull, and Slugma. Murkrow right now, there's a shiny floating around. I don't know if you guys know that, but I've seen it. It's like kind of purple. It's out there right now. For Gen 3, there's a Whismur, Aeron, Barbouch, Wailmer, Spoink, Swablu. So, out of the Gen 1, 2, and 3, those are the only Pokemon you're going to find while you're shadow banned. So you can spin stops while you're shadow banned. You can complete research tasks. You can take part in gym battles, and you can also do raid battles as well. So it looks like there's really no evidence of you being shadow banned, but the fact is you can't find anything rare. I've heard that it takes about 14 days, 2 weeks, and then even at the longest 3 weeks to be unshadow banned. Playing on a shadow ban will only lead to your shadow ban to elongate. It would never be reset from the time that you started. That might sound a little confusing, but it's almost like a punishment that Niantic gives you. So if you stop playing, but then if you don't wait the 2 weeks to 3 weeks, I guess, then it'll just start up like nothing even happened. You'll keep being shadow banned. So another one I want to say, I have some more things about the shadow ban. I would say I would recommend not playing on your main tag at all for right now because it's too dangerous. Nobody really knows what's going on. I would play on a secondary account for now. I've heard of people actually getting a permanent ban from this new security patch. I know it's not really been talked about. Not too many people know about that, but it's not even 100% true. So I've only talked about it through one of my YouTube videos that somebody was commenting on, and we were just talking back and forth, and it was good to get some of his input on what's going on. I'm in like 20 or 30 different kind of Facebook groups for Pokemon Go, and I've read literally every panic message that's been posted up. Everyone just says the same thing because we're all getting the same information from like Pokemon Go Hub or probably ATL FSU or FSU ATL, whatever his tag name is. He has a lot of good information too. He just posted up a video like yesterday. I watched it, but honestly, he really doesn't even know what to fucking do because he really doesn't know all the information. He only knows what's getting off websites. But same with me. Like, I can't even give you a valid reason why this is happening. I can't even give you a solid answer on how to get around this right now because everyone's just straight up panicking. So I've heard that you can catch Mew being shadow banned, and I've heard that you cannot. It's like weird. There's two answers to this. So if you're shadow banned, I would wait till shadow ban's completely gone to capture your Mew. You can just go and do it. The thing is, Mew has a 100% catch rate, and having this ban could result in Mew running away with the 0% catch rate. However, it is coded in the game that Mew can break out 1 to 2 times before being caught. If you completed 7 out of the 8, from the special research, I would just stop until you're unbanned, basically. And if you think I'm wrong, then just, do it at your own risk. For me, if I get to that point, I'm just going to wait till my shadow ban's done, because I'm not even going to play on my main anymore. It's kind of sketchy, so I'm actually kind of terrified about this, but I'm just going to, chill out and lay low. I do have an EX raid pass that is coming. Which is actually kind of sketchy. It's going to be next Friday. I think I'm going to probably do that one. I'm just going to suck it up and do it. It's a week from now, but I never do EX raid passes. I actually don't even go for them. I found it in New York City while I was raiding. I probably did like 25 raids in New York City in the one day, and it randomly popped up the next day. I've heard that Niantic has possibly breached a contract with Apple with this new security update for their app. Apparently Niantic is using a direct ASM system to access calls and to detect various information on your device. Some people are actually reporting these issues to Apple about it, by calling Apple directly through a phone call. I'm not gonna lie, I really don't know much about the hardcore intake of the software. I mean, this is pretty serious. If people are really in an uproar about this, like, that's something to look at. I mean, a lot of people were telling others to report this issue to Apple directly. A lot of people are concerned about this Apple breach. Because a lot of people are protesting the issue too. They're gonna stop buying from the shop until the red warning is gone. People are also saying that it's just a threat and that Niantic does want to permanently ban everyone or anybody because the Niantic is a business. The game is free, so ultimately to be a business when you're releasing a free game is to have microtransactions. So that is what's happening right now in the shop. People are going to stop buying things in the store. I'm lucky enough to have an aunt that, you know, provides me with free Poke Coins throughout the month. I usually get around $200 in Poke Coins a month, and that's been happening for a few months lately. So I've been raiding like crazy before this warning even popped up. I think the last thing I want to talk about is probably what you can do. There's really not much you can do. You only got a few choices right now. So the choices and the best advice I can give you is to completely stop spoofing altogether. You can delete all spoofing and hacked apps, install the legit game, play legitimate if you want, until the warning goes away or until like your soft ban goes away, your shadow ban goes away. I wouldn't even link your Pokemon Go Plus or your Gacha at all. I mean, some people have said that has been a trigger, but nobody really knows what the real trigger reason is. I think it's just because it's a security app. It's new software, and any kind of third party it sees immediately it just pops up. If you have a second account, I would highly recommend spoofing on that just to, you know, feel out what's going on in the game. We're all on thin ice right now, so nobody wants the real punishment here. If you're on your main, don't spoof. I'm not spoofing at all. I'm just gonna stay away from everything until the community really figures out what's going on. A year ago, it wasn't that bad. It was it was talked about, but not as much as this week. This week's gonna be crazy. Like, we're only in I think we're only into the second full day. It'll be 3 soon, but we're almost in the 3rd day of this new quest, and people have already gotten their Mew, and I've heard some people have it run. I mean, I just want to let you guys know what's going on with all the best information I can give you. Footage that you see right now is just my secondary account thinking I was going to get the warning sign. I didn't even get the warning sign. I installed it. You can see that if you watch like some more of the video. I might even cut it out, but I've installed the game. I signed out, installed again, teleported, did all this stuff just to try to get the warning to come up, and I haven't even been playing on that account in months. I mean, I stopped playing on it so long ago. That's why it's got really bad Pokemon, but I just wanted to focus on my main. So you can see some of that footage. It's been playing in the background. But if you guys have any questions, comments, or any other links that I can provide any more information, I would like to put this out to all the Facebook groups. I want people to share this because really not a fucking person even knows what's going on right now, and just to give you the best information I can is the best I can do. So if you guys want, like, sub, and just comment, and I'll get back to you with more Pokemon Go videos in the future. Peace out, guys.